Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I have made it all the way up to this location called Shark Bay. Now, if you didn't know, this is actually a World Heritage listed location and it's also home to Australia's most westerly point. So we're definitely going to be checking that out along with a heap of other ones. But I actually got in the area maybe like a week ago, but everything was so booked out. So I had to go find this campsite that was like a no booking one. So I've just been chilling out over that way, which was the big lagoon. I'll definitely have to go back there and show you guys. But I wanted to save all of the best spots to bring you guys along with. So tonight we're booked into this spot called Whalebone Campsite. It's supposed to be like one of the best, but I have come out to this like beautiful four-wheel drive location, which you guys can see behind me. It is epic. There is also so many damn flies here as well. So I'm going to throw the drone up. I'm going to see where this track actually takes us, and then we're going to slowly make our way over to the campsite, checking out a few spots as we go. So that four drive track actually brought us out at the Whalebone Lookout, and then from there I've come out to the campsite. Now I knew that I booked number 5, but I could not see it when I drove in. There was like 4 sites that I could see. There is 6 that you can book, but yeah, they were all so close together and I was like, oh no, what have I done? I hate camping on top of people, but I had no reception. So I ended up driving back out, finding reception, having a look at the map, and turns out I was a little bit further down. So I've got this entire section to myself. So number 5, this is the one to go to. Because yeah, if you're anything like me, I just like my space when I'm camping, but this is absolutely incredible. The one thing I find really strange about the camping in this area is like in this particular section, there's like 4 campsites that you can book. However, you can only book for one night with all of them. So like if I'm booked in tonight for Whalebone, I can't then book in tomorrow night for another one of those 4 campsites, which is so strange. Like I don't understand. There is obviously limited spaces and it's clearly busy, but it does make it quite hard when you're visiting the area. Now tomorrow we're probably going to head into the national park and there's a heap of campsites there that you don't have to book. You kind of just show up and hope that you get a spot. So fingers crossed that all works out. If not, we will figure out a plan B. So I'm pretty sure one of the criteria for this area being World Heritage listed is actually the marine diversity. So we already saw like a little baby stingray in the water, which is so cute. But tomorrow I'm pretty keen to go and find an epic snorkel spot, which I think there is in the national park. But I did actually see a sign at the little lagoon when I was out there the other day saying that there was stonefish. So I'm not sure if that's in the whole area. So I'm being very mindful where I step, but there's also so many really cool shells as well. How beautiful is that sunset right now? It is honestly so calm as well, especially now that the flies have finally gone away. But I realized I forgot to defrost meat for dinner, so I'm gonna defrost that now. I still have to cook the pasta anyway, so that should work out. Good timing. So we are losing daylight pretty quickly, but honestly, this is like my lazy go-to meal. So we pretty much just have to cook off that pasta. And then I've got some like Italian herb, I think it is, sausages. It doesn't really matter what sausages you use. You're going to remove them from the casing. And we're literally just going to cook that in the fry pan, add in the tomato paste, whatever spices and herbs you want. And then, yeah, gradually add in some coconut cream or coconut milk, doesn't matter. And then spinach, and then just toss that in with our pasta. It's like the best easy meal. Tell me that does not look so delicious. Honestly, easiest, laziest meal. Highly recommend it. So I'm going to enjoy this and I'll see you guys in the morning. This definitely has to be the most peaceful campsite ever. It's such a shame that you can't stay here longer, especially because of how beautiful it is. I reckon I could camp out here for a couple of days, but we are going to be doing about an hour and a half's drive. We're going to go right up to Cape Peron, I think it's called. So it's in the Francois Peron National Park, which sounds very bougie if I'm even saying that correctly. So there's, yeah, heaps to see in that area. We're going to obviously find somewhere to snorkel, find somewhere to camp for tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to do the big drive out to the most westerly point of Australia. So we have got a lot to tick off over the next couple of days, but first things first, I'm going to enjoy this coffee, pack down, and then we'll get on the road from there. So we're pretty much at the entry of the national park now. This is where we're going to air the tyres down. I literally didn't really pass that many people on the way in, so I don't know if it's just maybe not going to be as busy as I thought. Maybe we'll have most of it to ourselves, which is ideal. But I'm going to throw the tyres down to 25. One thing I love about this national park, which I feel like a lot could actually take note of, is they literally have this section here to help inflate your tyres when you leave. So game changer. It means that I don't have to use mine, but let's get these tyres down. that last 10 kilometers of that track were boggy to say the least. We didn't get stuck, which is what counts, but I'm not sure if this is dirt or sand or maybe a mixture of both, but yeah, very, very soft, very boggy. We have made it out to Cape Peron, however, so this is incredible. I'm excited to get the drone up just because we're at that sort of part of Western Australia where like the coastline is like that beautiful deep red, and then of course the water is like turquoise, so I feel like it's going to make some pretty epic shots. But apparently this area is like one of the world's biggest populations of dugongs as well, so let's cross our fingers that we get to see one in the water. Would be a perk, but otherwise on the drone I will happily take that. So our next stop was Gregory's. Now apparently this is supposed to be some incredible snorkeling. I did just chat with a couple who were about to head out spearfishing, and apparently they saw a tiger shark in the water with their drone. So that's slightly alarming. I probably should have just asked to tag along with them, to be honest, but I'm going to throw the drone up and then I might suit up and jump in the water once I've got the all clear. Although look, you can never really know what's in the water with you. That's half the fun of it. So as far as I can see on the drone, there is no sharks out there, and there's actually a few more people rocking up now to go snorkeling. So I'm feeling a little bit more secure, safety in numbers after all. But it's so funny, like people always ask me if I ever get lonely solo traveling, and like the answer's no. However, it's moments like this where I just really want to get out there and snorkel, having that peace of mind that someone's with me, or free dive or spearfish, like all of those little hobbies that I love doing. That's the moments that I feel probably lonely. I guess it's more FOMO because I just want someone to be able to come out and do those things with me. But look, we make do and we'll make friends along the way, which is exactly why I booked in the retreat for Exmouth, so that I have plenty of people to get out in the water with. But yeah, let's get ourselves ready and we'll head on down. So I'm actually tempted to camp out this way tonight. The plan was to actually go over to the big lagoon, which is sort of an hour in the direction we've come from. The only thing that's deterring me is if we don't make that drive today, it does mean that we've got an extra hour driving tomorrow, so it'll take us like 4.5 hours then to get out to the most westerly point. But this area is just so beautiful. I've literally come out to Bottle Bay. I parked up here, so I'm kind of keen just to chill. So I reckon we'll just tackle the drive tomorrow, but look, I will relax for a couple of hours and then I'll make that decision a little bit later on. Staying in the area was probably one of the best decisions I have made. I've got the best campsite. So I've come back to Gregory's where we did snorkeling earlier today, and this incredible spot, oh my god, I feel like I could stay here for a couple of days. We'll see, we'll figure out what I want to do tomorrow, but I will literally be having some leftovers from last night's dinner and chilling out for the afternoon. But first of all, let me show you guys this campsite. So we've had a slight change of plans. So I did end up staying out at Gregory's for a couple more days because I was just loving that space so much. But in that time, my MacBook charger decided to stop working, which we love that, especially when we are so remote. We can't just duck down to the shop and get another one. And if you guys don't know, I actually work on the road as well. So between working, editing, everything else, like I feel like I need my MacBook. Like it's very, very high on the priority list. So it just means that right now I am like running around trying to figure out where to get a MacBook charger. I am going to enjoy another hour of relaxing. So I've obviously come out of the national park. I did stop in at the big lagoon so I could throw the drone up and show you guys that incredible spot. But then I've come out to the little lagoon. I was like, I cannot leave this location without enjoying just this last little piece of paradise before we head up north. But fingers crossed I can find a shop along the way that has something. If not, I will just have to rely on express shipping, but like I said, joys being remote, I don't think it's going to be that express. But thank you guys so much for following along. If you don't already know, I have launched my Patreon, so for any behind the scenes stuff that I can put together, that is the place to see it. But I will see you guys all in the next video.